So, NaNoWriMo, day one, what's going on? I wrote 2,576 words today. So, I told you yesterday that to reach the goal you need to write 1,666 words every day. But basically, I never write that amount of word. I always write more. And I basically fix my goal to 2,500. And the reason is, if you write 2,500 in 2 days, you kind of basically do like what you would normally do in 3 days. So in 4 days, you do what you would normally do in like 6 days. So you just like, if I continue around that, I would be finished like more quickly. So I would have some more days to write more to try and finish the novel. And also it happens sometimes, like you got life coming up and you don't have time to write at all. Like some days you can just like get up in the morning, go somewhere, come back super tired, have to like still take care of other things, and you don't have time to write because you basically need to sit down and write. Like you can also maybe like talk and like record yourself and get the words typed later on, but still you still need to put on the hours and the effort during the time. So what I do is I fix myself 2,500. That's what I did my first year, and that was the year when I won the first time. So I just put 2,500 and keep at that. And it works for me, and it has a lot of advantages because when you see the progress like go more quickly, like they have these little graphs, they have those stats, so every day you enter your word count, and when you see the result progress faster than the line that give you like exactly what you need, it's kind of motivating. It's like, oh my god, I already read that, so let's double the amount, so tomorrow I'm gonna be like at least 5,000 words in total. So there is always this little push. It's like, yeah, it's motivating. When you write a little bit more than you have, it's motivating. It's like when you're cleaning the house and the house is like super clean, and then suddenly you realize, oh, I'm also going to clean the window because you forgot to clean the windows because it's troublesome to clean the windows, and you just clean the windows, and then the house was clean, and now because of the light coming up through the window, it's all shiny. So you have this extra push. It's like, yeah, I did some extra work for today, and it made it even better. So after a few days, if you're at 2,500 and you have like you get sick or you have to go somewhere, you don't need to worry about anything at all because you already have the words. So basically when you do that, you just take the worry away, and I think it's very good to have like this escape, like, because if you write just 1,666 words every day, you can do it, but then you always have to worry, oh my god, today I only wrote 1,500, so tomorrow I need to add like 166 more, and it's going to be more difficult. But if you have a higher value of words that you get every day, you get into the motion, and also the more you write, the more you are going to be able to write. So by starting at 2,500, and then maybe some days I'm going to write 3,000, maybe, like when you write a little bit more every time, you get better at it. It's just like when I play the piano, if I play half an hour, or if I play 35 minutes, or 1 hour and a half, or 1 hour and 35 minutes, it's always a little push to make it better. So that's what happened today. So about the story now. Basically I decided that I was going to cut the novel into pieces. So I have the series that starts with two people, and then further in the story we have like different group of people, and they act in parallel. So you go from different group of people, and a lot of different groups. So the previous novel had, I think, 5 different group of people that you would follow, and they would join and sometimes split and join again and split, and it was making everything a little bit crazy. So first you're with Brownie, and then you go with Sahel to the, like, they split and they go, like, Brownie stay home, Sahel and his group go to the fairy world, and Brownie is still with Evelyn, and then Evelyn go away, so you follow Evelyn somewhere, and then you go back to Brownie, and then you go back to Sahel, and then you have the demon of the north doing something, and then you have Camaril doing something else. So every chapter you were like with a different character. So basically, if you take the chapters like every 6, like I try to have like the chapter follow each other. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So if you wanted to actually group all the chapter of one group, it might even still make sense. But like, because they join and split, maybe not. But it was a really different way of writing a novel than my previous way of writing a novel. And so this time I decided that I was going to follow one character. So at the end of the last novel, Brownie is completely crashed because she used up all her magic, and she needs to recharge. So she's asleep, and that's where we start, basically. So we start, she's asleep, she's somewhere special that she's never been before, and that's where we start. And then, of course, her life catches on, and she's got this big decision to make, and that's where I am at. Like, with 2,500 words, I just basically woke her up, made her go to the shower, and kind of talk about what she believes happens in her life and what she believes other people think about what she's doing. And she has this impression that it's not good enough for her. Like, she is in there the impression she doesn't have support from other people. So she has to do something about it, to make a very big decision for her life, and to actually get things done. And like, this novel is going to be about that, about Brownie's kind of finding herself. And so I'm going to concentrate on only her, because it's kind of, think, a good and important transition in her life. And this novel wasn't, it's not in my tree, it wasn't planned, but what was planned was other novel only focusing on 1 or 2 characters at most, not so many groups. So that's what I call it a tree. It's not a series. So you start with one novel, you have a second, third, fourth, 5. So it's a bit like that at the beginning, and then you, like, when we reach the end of Fairy World, it's going to be like expanding into branches. So you have one side it's going to be Brownie, one side is going to be the demon world, what's going on. You have the god from the north going back there, so you're gonna have a little story there. You have Mermaid Low, who's going to be with Camaril going down to the sea to take his place. And then you have, of course, a bad guy story, because I still write a bad guy story. So you're gonna have all those branches, and hopefully at the end of that I will be able to sort of gather them up again and have like a full novel, like full conclusion novel. But because it's a series that goes into so many directions with so many characters, for me it's kind of really hard to actually see the end of it. I have no idea where it is going. It's going to go wherever the characters tell me, because a lot of them are demons and they never listen to me. Anyway, so I'll let you know tomorrow what's going on for NaNoWriMo, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really different from what you're used to, so I hope you don't mind me doing that. And if you're also doing the writing, just let me know, because it's always interesting to know what's going on with other people who are also writing at the same time. And we can do like words war and that kind of things. So just let me know, and see you next time for something new. Bye, have fun whatever you do.